our number one fan there.
Hey. What's up, everybody?
Yo. What's up, everyone?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Lush was eating some tacos earlier.
Hey, what's
There
up?
he
What's up?
is.
Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Taco Tuesday today, for sure.
That's awesome.
Too bad we're missing Turf from the taco and turf combo.
Where's he at?
I don't know. Hopefully he's on. Can't talk about stripes if Ole's not on.
Right.
So
What do
yeah,
we got?
some. Let's give some shout outs to the chat.
Let's see.
First one in I saw was on the lawn training. I think that's like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. He's been the first one in, so must have a time.
That's true.
Definitely's got that subscription. Good job.
He clicked the bell. That's why you got to click the bell, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
click the like. Speaking of that, everybody, please click the like.
Hey, I got to get something off my chest about this chat too. I'm seeing too much of this hawk mumbo jumbo going on in there.
I mean, one of the first 5 comments is "Go Hawks." I know it's going to be a good show right there.
Right. Which neighbor or friend are you paying off to come in there and put that in?
That one I don't know. So I'm just bringing in the Hawks fans. You know.
Right.
Just like it's like a gang. You know, the swarm. But no, got a lot of people in the chat tonight. So let's give some shout outs. We got James Lawn Junkie, Girls Lawn, Lawn Whisper, Papa Moslow.
We got Cam in the house.
We got Lawn Carry Coast back. He came in from Scotland, so
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got Cam in the house.
What time is it in Scotland right now?
Early or late, depending on your perspective, I guess.
That's my question. Are they still awake, or did they set their alarm to get up super early? So let us know in the comments. We'd like to know. So Grace Ortiz.
Cam's in the house. Current KOTG Lawn of the Week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So all right. Well, should we get this one started?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do the damn thing, man.
All right. So as everyone's seen on our Keep Off the Grass and all of our Instagrams, we're talking about my personal favorite topic is stripes. So my name's Nate from Stripe Life, and we're going to do my favorite topic, stripes. But before we can talk about everything there is to know about stripes and how to lay them and which direction they're supposed to go, you guys know what to do. So everyone out there that's drinking a Busch Light, you get 2 bonus points in the chat room. But let us know what you're drinking in the chat. If you're drinking a Busch Light, you're drinking a Bud Light, you're drinking a water, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, wine cooler, whiskey.
Busch Light and H2O the same thing? Or
I don't know. It's like that Michelob Ultra Seltzer.
It's I don't know if you want to start this conversation already with talking about stripes and your Augie Doggy. So, but
and look at those shirts.
Grab your glass. Let's get them up there. Grab your glass and keep off the bush grass.
Keep off the bush. Keep off the bush. That's right.
Oh, we got Olee in the house.
Oh, the other half tacos and turf is here.
What's up? What's up?
They're matching too. They're twins.
Oh,
must have ate some of those grass tacos.
They're listening to that song, or they're and my white tee. So no, let's
one of you guys are gonna have to change. You know, it's like when 2 people wear the same outfit out to dinner or something. One of you gonna have to change.
There's 3 of us that got them on.
Ryan,
you got yours on?
Yeah,
Ryan, we got 4 of us. The majority.
Nice.
4 of us got
see that. I didn't even notice that.
On. Oh yeah. So all right, let's get this one going. So stripes. Rule number 1, keep them straight. None of this wavy bullshit. So I'm done. Who else wants to go? No. So no, I mean, I guess for me, that's probably one of the most common questions I get is, how do you do stripes? I mean, people drive by your yard, they see them. Obviously, it pops, it catches someone's eye, but I get it all the time. Like, how do you do it? What's the trick? What's the magic? And I think everyone's heard it. Is do you mow different heights? Well, no, that's not how it's done. I know a lot of people think that. A lot of people say, do you need special equipment? I'll say yes and no to that one. And we can talk about that a little bit here on the show. But for the most part, I guess Sean, I think you're probably. I'm gonna kick it to Sean. And what is the EDU version of why we have stripes in our lawn?
Well, it all comes down to the sun. I mean, it's all about light reflecting off the grass in different ways. You mow one way, you bend the grass blades this way. You mow the other way, you bend the grass blades this way. The light bounces off them differently, so they appear different colors, or they reflect a different amount of light, and that's what gives you the stripes in your lawn.
Yep. Yeah, it's. I hate to say it, but it's as simple as that. Like myself, like how my house faces. If I mow east to west, you can see the stripes amazing. But if you mow north to south, usually you can't even see them unless you go in my driveway. But if you're driving past my house, you can't even see my stripes. So me personally, that's something I think about is which way is the traffic going to be going past your house? And they're going to look at it. Anyone, your neighbors, if you want to show up your neighbors as they look out their windows, are they going to be able to see your stripes and stuff like that? But yeah, it's always in the line of your eyesight. And Olee, I know you've talked about it a lot, and to take the best pictures of stripes, Olee, where's that sun got to be?
To your back, burning your neck.
Giving you the redneck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, if you want to take the best picture of your stripes, set yourself up with the sun at your back, and that's going to probably give you the most popping of your stripes for a picture. So
yeah, something else I've kind of thought about too is, what does your house look like? If you have a long lot, if you stripe one way, it'll make it look, it's like wearing stripes when you're a big guy, right? It makes you look taller or makes you look fatter, right? So it can help, if you think about even things like that too. How does your house look? If you have a ranch house, 1-story house, you have a 2-story house, if your house is kind of on a hill or like set back from the street, those are all kind of things that you can take into consideration as you're planning out what kind of stripes or what direction you want to lay your stripes.
No, exactly. I mean, that's exactly to the T of what I think about too. It's like, you can make the eye look at the lines and, makes your lot look longer. So, but yeah, that's a good point.
So Nate, I know you were talking about like equipment and all that kind of stuff. Tony Keeber in the chat's kind of asking everybody what their preferences of stripe kit. And I want Olee to chime in also after we talk about stripe kits, because he has something unique that most people don't think of or go with. What do you guys, what kind of stripe kits do you guys use?
What's a stripe kit?
What is a stripe kit? Yeah.
Do you have to have a stripe kit?
Depending on the mower. If it's a commercial mower, most of the time, no.
Yep. And most of your riding motors do a pretty good job of laying stripes without a stripe kit or anything.
Simplicity was the first one to actually have a so-called stripe kit.
Yeah, the rollers built on the back of the cutting deck.
Yeah, my 60-inch
always bring it about size. Exactly.
It's got, well, that's the thing too. That's one point. I like to use every inch of my deck. Every inch. I mean, and if not, you're just wasting it. So, and that's what makes it pop. But we can get into that. We can get into deck size later. But
that's a good point though, because I've been looking at some stripes this week, and people who don't mow deck to deck, they get a funky tire line.
Yeah.
So If you're overlapping,
but anyway,
all I
with the
envision is
simplicity,
hold on a second. All I envision is two little boys right now standing over a toilet, just peeing in the toilet at the same time.
just giggling at each other, right?
yeah.
Anyways,
but my simplicity, like, yeah, it has a built-in like a cold rolled steel shaft, sorry, and it's got like solid plastic rollers that it rolls on, but it has 3 blades, and then 2 blades are on the left and right side, and the middle blade actually spins counterclockwise, which creates a good suction, and that suction also is what helps the stripes
lift the blades up, lift the grass blades up.
Yep.
Yeah, lift them up so you can cut them and then bend them the way you want to, right?
Yep. So
there's a few
Right, I
people.
mean, it just comes down to, I mean, you got to have something that's going to put pressure on something to bend the grass blades, right? So if you have a real mower that's got a drum on it, you don't need a striping kit because it's already bending the grass that way. Or like you said, with a commercial mower, like that's the big disconnect is if you have a traditional rotary mower, like if you have a Husqvarna, Toro, whatever, and if you're cutting at it, let's say 3.5 inches, your deck is just sitting up there. I know, Nate, this is probably a big thing for you because wheel lines are not stripes.
correct. Well, and like, with like a lot of your riding mowers, I mean, some of those tires are, 30 inches wide or whatever. And, I think a lot of it, that's a misconception is, the tires are actually what's laying the grass down and giving it that back and forth look, but the middle of it is not even striped, but it looks amazing. It looks like $1 million. And some of those like Skag, I personally think Skags, they stripe amazing, but you go and look at them and it's just, I mean, the tires, the weight of those riding mowers lays it down, but you look at the middle of it, it's straight up and down, so you got the dark tire marks and you got the light tire marks, but in the middle, it's all light. So you don't get that solid stripe. You see the wheel marks essentially.
So actually mine is my striping rollers on my 60-inch Simplicity it has a roller, and then where the wheels are, the roller stops, like it cuts off and it's just a bar, and then it's another roller, and then it cuts off and it stops because that's where the wheels are. And then like if you see my stripes, there's no, it's straight. You can't see wheel marks or anything, which sometimes I like to see the wheel marks. I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes I like that, like couple different patterns going on, but yeah, mine's just flat down the whole way, and yeah, it's cut to where the wheels are. It's that's where the wheels are.
Yeah, I mean, and it all depends too, right? It's all about your personal taste of what you think looks the best, right? There's no one like prescriptive thing you have to do, right? You don't have to have the solid stripes like you get with a greens roller, or a greens mower. If that's the look that you like, then go crazy with it, right? If you like the way the wheel marks look on something like a more commercial style mower, go crazy with it, right? You don't have to, do it one way as everybody else is doing it, or do it, whatever you like. Some people don't even like stripes, and that's great. Go crazy with it, right? It's your lawn. This is America, and no one can tell you what to do with your own damn lawn. So just
Zach, just to confirm, are you talking about using the full 60 inches on that deck though?
Full 60 inches. I mean, like to the centimeter. Now I'm not the best at it. Sometimes there's a little bit of, maybe I go short a little bit here and there, or I go a little too much and there's stragglers. Yeah. But I don't worry about it. If there's a little bit of grass I didn't get, I don't care. I still try to use the full thing.
Yeah. So I'll tell you one mower that has a very unique striping pattern. That's a Walker. I don't know if you guys ever seen one. So, it's kind of a unique setup itself because they got those back center wheels. And so you got your tires and you got your back center wheels. But like whenever I see a yard, I see that pattern, I know right away that they have a Walker. And I used to have one. I used to have one years ago. Loved it. They're great mowers. They look a little different. I'll be honest. They're a little different, funky looking, but they're a great mower and they stripe beautiful, and they don't have any striping kits or anything, but yeah, it's just a different pattern.
Now Walker builds a H model that actually has 4 wheels.
Okay.
But it's considered a H. It's different. You don't see a whole lot of them.
Yeah, usually you see the one with the wheels on the back. It's got
Yeah,
like a dump box and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're sweet. But
yeah, they're pretty cool because they don't discharge left or right. The way the deck's made on them, they discharge through the back, so you don't have to worry about flower beds and blowing.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
mine discharged to the right. The one I had.
Yeah, you
Is
always
it,
like it hanging off to the right there.
If you bag
Mine's more
to
the
get
left.
more suction, does it get I guess a real mower would be different, but I'm talking about like a bag on a rotary mower or a rider. I'm getting more suction. Does that help stripes, you think? Or does bagging get more suction?
Because real mowers have grass catchers too, so I don't think it's necessarily that, but I think suction could hurt striping because you're trying to suck and lift up rather than roll down the blades.
When
you suck it, then you roll it down, and then the real mower, the grass, it's just a grass catcher, like you said. But there's actually like a bagging system where it's not discharging it out and it's actually sucking it up. So there is a difference there.
I'll say like it looks cleaner. So if you're not mulching or discharging, I mean, you're always going to leave a little bit of clippings, but if you bag it, and there's still some clippings if you bag, but I know like me personally, Saturday, my grass was so long, I mowed and I discharged. And then Sunday I came back, I put my bagger on, put my striper on, and I mowed it again and just made everything pop. But I mean, if you don't have clippings on it, I mean, think about it. If you want a nice dark stripe and you got all these dead clippings laying on top of it, you're not going to have that nice dark reflection. You're going to get those clippings that are going to reflect off it as well. So I would 100% think that if you want a nice clean stripes, then bagging or going back over it, mulching it several times to really burn them in and get those dead clippings off or mulched in.
Yeah, and I've noticed with the Time Master, I get a better cut with the bag than I do when I'm mulching. So I've convinced myself at least that you get a better suction action with the bag on than you do with the mulching plug-in, where the air has nowhere to go but kind of back down onto the grass, where the bag provides that kind of chute for the air to flow through and then out through the mesh of the bag. So I get a better suction that way.
I agree. I mean, if I want to picture perfect, I'm going to bag. I mean, it's going to take me twice as long. Yeah. But I'm going to bag it. I'm going to stripe it. And that's if I want to do, let's just say a striping contest or something like that, that's what I would be doing. I'd put my bagger on.
Interesting strategy for
Jamie's got a question for Lush.
Oh, shoot.
He wants to know what Lushy's doing with the Augie Doggy and if he stripes it.
Mine's a little different. I actually get that question often, but I actually use the trailing shield from the Toro Recycler and the wheel marks. That's all I use. It actually does pretty well because the blades on the Augie Doggy are pretty tall. So the trailing shield actually is sitting a little bit shorter than the grass, so it kind of like stripes it very well. But that's literally the only thing I do. I use the trailing shield from the Toro Recycler. No striping kit, no nothing. You can get a striping kit, but it's not you're not gonna notice a big difference. So use the trailing shield from your mower if you have Augie Doggy, and it has to be tall.
Lush, doesn't your buddy down there in Texas? I can't think of his name on Instagram, but he has got Augie Doggy and he stripes his, doesn't he?
Texas?
Is that the one that cuts it pretty short?
Cuts it low, yeah. And edges are always clean as can be. I can't think of his. Yes.
Yeah, I think he also uses the trailing shield. He doesn't use the striping kit.
But he lays some stripes in his.
Oh, yep. I mean, like I said, you can stripe on Augie Doggy, but it's a little bit different than you guys. We don't really use, like I said, the striping kit. because the training shield does the job for it. Kind of replaces the striping kit, but that's it.
Yeah, and while we're talking about grass types, you hear that there are some grass types like perennial ryegrass that stripe better than other grass types. What's going on? What's up? Why is that?
Well, just to backtrack a little bit, first off, to get some real nice stripes, you got to have some thick turf. I think just having thick turf in general is going to give you the best stripes.
Good call.
As far as the grass type goes, yeah, that's a really good topic. I know Nate's brought it up before when I didn't know you asked that question for Mountain View, and I was ragging on it, but it's a good topic. It's a good question.
Yeah, and I think you could probably argue many different ways. Olee, obviously you're going to say fescue stripes the best. Someone that's got 100% perennial ryegrass, they're going to say it stripes the best. But I don't know. I think that's up for debate. Obviously a tall fescue. Olee, what do you mow at, like 4 or 5 inches? So I think you got more blade to reflect the sun. More blade to catch the light and reflect, in my opinion. Whereas you get and it's a wider blade as well. You get something like even Kentucky Blue or perennial rye, it's a little bit thinner, a little bit finer. So it's going to have to be nice and thick, nice and lush to, capture that. But if it's thin, yeah, it's going to be tough. I saw someone put it in the chat earlier, you can take a salad bowl and stripe it and it still looks better, but you still got to have a nice, thick, good lawn to really, really, really get some good stripes going.
Yeah.
So
I have a question, guys. Going back to brands, because I'm hearing a lot in the comments. Does the striping kit matter when striping? Does it matter?
Like the brand, or what are you talking?
Yeah, because I know there's several companies out there, but what makes one better than the other? Since we have a lot of questions on what brands are you guys using, so just so everybody can be on the same page.
Well, that's why
What brands are there? How many brands are there?
Well, yeah.
What do you use for your stripe kit?
Doesn't he use the flap? What do you use, Olee? The flap? No.
Yes, sir. What I use is a rubber flap bolted to the back of the deck, and it's just a mat bought from Tractor Supply. It's like $29. You take and cut a strip, go across the back of the deck. You'll have to drill some holes, and then the best thing to do is find you a 1-inch wide piece of metal, like a bar, probably 1/8 inch thick, just to help sandwich it so you don't tear it off. Mm-hmm. And I like that the best. And I run mine to the center of each tire. That way it lays the grass over in between the tires. And the best part about it is I don't have to worry about it. I don't trip over it. I don't have to worry about backing up and it catching something. I don't have something tail swinging behind my mower. You just basically forget it's there. The only time it's a pain in the tail is if you want to scalp. If you want to scalp, it will hold the deck up. You'll have to either take it off or whatever. It's a 1/2 inch thick mat from Tractor Supply, and I need to put that video together and put it out on YouTube to show people how I cut it, bolt it, and put it on there.
The horse mat stripe flap, right?
How often do you replace that? Because doesn't it dry out over time?
It can dry out. I don't normally have a problem with it until it's time to overseed and I want to drop it down. And if I'm lazy and don't take it off, what will really happen is if I go to back up or twist a certain way, it'll roll up and the blades will get it. But other than that, mowing at 3.5, 4, up to whatever, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of one of the things, that's a rigid kind of, that is rigidly affixed to the mower, right? And kind of same with the Checkmate is more of a rigid connection to the mower, where some of the other ones like, the Toro stripe kit, the Lawn Striper, that are kind of in those housings that like hook on to the kind of the hooks that you put on the back of your mower.
Like pulling a trailer.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And it can, if you have a bumpy yard, it can kind of bounce bounce around a little bit too. So
to answer that question right quick, what you were saying, Dave, about different brands, what's different is weight. Weight is going to smash the grass down more, weight. And like the deal I got, it's not about weight. It's more about the height. And it's basically combing across the top, laying it over.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people literally take a broom and like attach a broom to the back of their mower, a broom, the brush part of it. Or some people will mow and literally just walk and push their lawn with a broom or pull and drag it.
Or a roller like you were using a while back, a roller.
Yeah. When I wouldn't do that with 300 pounds of water though. that'd be a workout, but yeah.
Be burning it in.
Yeah. It'd be there.
We got Bill coming on.
We got Bill in the house.
Speaking of Mr. Stripes there with his striping TikTok videos.
This guy's going viral all over the place, right?
And I've also seen people use PVC pipe, throw sand in it and cap off the ends. So really, I mean, what's your kit? Sure, you can go buy a Checkmate, you can go buy these other ones, but some people are getting pretty creative and throwing on, 3-inch PVC pipe with however much pounds of sands they want to put in there and drag that along.
Yeah, and I hope I'm not giving away a trade secret too, but that Checkmate, those rollers are just boat trailer rollers, right? So you can, get them from a marine supply or boat supply store if you have one nearby, and potentially even DIY something like that too.
I believe they're made by a company called Hayes, like HY something. It's like you say, it's either a 4-inch, 5-inch, or 6-inch boat roller,
right?
For a boat trailer.
Yep. I think
like David on your mower, like I've got a commercial 30-inch X-Mart, and it's got that rubber flap on the back, a plastic flap between the tires, and at the end of it, it's got a curl. And what I've done with it to make it stripe is I went in and drilled me 3 holes in that, took a 1-inch piece of stainless solid bar, rolled in that curl, and then zip tied it to where it stay in that curl, and that striped like crazy.
Damn.
Just the weight of that bar on that, dragging that flap.
I'll tell you what, be careful doing that. I'll tell you my oh crap moment story. So years and years ago, my first house, very first time I ever wanted to try striping, I had just a Craftsman 21 whatever push mower, and kind of the same thing as Ole's talking about. I actually took, this is before like I knew anything. I actually took a deck spindle, cut it down to the size of that flap, drilled it into the flap, and I'm going, and that thing only weighed like 2 pounds, so it wasn't gonna do anything, but I'm going, and I'm like, oh, it was actually kind of doing a little bit, and I go to back up, and that thing went underneath, and the blades hit it, and I had wood chips going everywhere, and that was the end of that. So I stopped, took that thing off, but that was my very, very first experience striping was doing that. So that was my first DIY stripe kit right there.
Nice. Shrapnel wounds from mowing.
So like to Ole's point though, if you're going to attach something to that flap, especially a metal rod, be very careful that it cannot go underneath when you back up or something and get into your blades. Cause I did it personally. So, but.
Hey, so what do we got going on next week?
Oh, what do you guys think we should do?
Well, it's it's
Memorial Day, big special weekend. Everybody kind of wants their lawns to look pretty good.
Oh yeah,
stars and stripes.
Ooh. I know me personally for Memorial Day, I like to lay down some stripes, probably one of the best stripes I got of the year before it starts getting hot. I take a picture of it. So that's what I like to do on Memorial Day weekend. But
hell yeah.
What about you guys?
I like to take a picture every time I mow.
Well, I would too if my lawn was like yours, Louie.
Oh man.
But hey, talking about pictures and Memorial Day and stripes, what do you guys think? We should do something about that.
Yeah, I think we could do something about that.
I think something, maybe a contest or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do a contest.
Stripe off.
Stripe
off. Yeah. I don't think anyone in the chat or that follows us would object to us doing a Memorial Day stripe contest, and maybe along the way we give away a stripe kit or something. That might be a heck of an idea.
Yeah.
So
Maybe a nice little big swag pack and some stripe kit stuff. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Maybe how many likes we got on this video right now?
We got 22.
We got 22.
22.
Oh,
So
we gotta
what do
pump
you
those
say?
numbers up.
So let's get at least 30, and then we can announce and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about what we got going on.
There you go.
Okay.
So someone keep an eye on that. When we hit 30, we'll drop some news on it. So
hey, somebody's asking about. I think they're asking Olee about how you keep it straight.
2 Coronas.
But you guys can go, Nate or whoever, Mark. I'd like to hear your perspective from real mowing. But how? So when you stripe, okay, let's say the sun's to your back and you're making your straight line, and then when you come back and the sun is in your face,
it's hard
is there
to see.
it's hard to see. So is there any techniques you guys use to follow that line right back and make a good straight stripe on your way with the sun facing you?
You got to be wearing a big straw hat to start with. But I'll answer Jason's question right quick. As far as going straight, what I do is I pick something. If I'm setting up in the corner of the yard and I'm getting ready to do some, whatever design, I'll just look down there and either pick a tree, a telephone pole, whatever there is, and just look straight at it and just take off. It's a lot like whenever you ride a motorcycle or something, they tell you, look where you're going, not where you don't want to go, or that's where you're going to end up. So, if you sit there and stare at the corner of the mower the whole time, you'll be wiggling, wobbling. Just look straight ahead and haul ass.
So let's say you're doing that first stripe and you're looking at whatever you're looking at, and you get down there and you turn around and you're veering and you're not straight. What would you do?
I turn around and correct it.
Yeah, that's
sometimes I make that first pass and I turn around and look at me like, that looks like shit. I gotta redo that. It's seriously, but
do you tend to use like your property line or like a sidewalk or driveway or something like, or do you tend to use something like that, or even your house as
it depends on how your land and stuff is shaped. But like always, if I'm running them parallel with the road, I run them with the ditch, and I run them. That's what starts that line. But now, when I go to cut a 45, I seriously go out there and I look at the ditch, and then I look at this, and then I pick a 45 and I go, all right, that third tree down there from the corner of the drive is a 45 angle. And then I just roll straight to that tree. And then when it's time to cut it the other way, I'll go out there and maybe look at the lines in the driveway where they're sawed. And then I'll picture a 45 in that, and I'll just get there and take off.
Yeah. Same with a push mower. Just pick a spot and hold steady on the handlebars and just walk right to it. Don't even look down at the ground. Look at your spot and walk straight to it, and you'll get a straight line with your push mower too.
Have you ever drawn an actual line, like string? Have you ever taken a string and drawn it from point A to point B and followed that for the very, very first one?
Somebody mentioned that in the chat. I've seen somebody do that on Instagram before. I can't remember who. It was a while back.
I remember Ryan Schultz. He's got some amazing stripes, and I think he's down in St. Louis by you guys, isn't he? I think. But anyways, we talked about it one time. And he said for the very first mow of the year, the very first stripe, he'll actually draw a string and follow that. And then once that first one's set, then you're just following your wheel pattern and going back and forth or whatever from there. But to get that first one perfect, that's what he'll do. I'm like, shit, I never even thought of that, but not a bad idea. Depend on your property, obviously. Like Olee, you're not going to get out 600 yards of string and draw a line or anything, but yeah.
I go out there and buzz that first stripe and eyeball it. And if you really want to know what it looks like, send a drone up and look at it and say, that's good or that's bad.
You could also, if you don't have a huge property, you could start somewhere where it's like a short distance. Like, if you're doing diagonals, go like corner to corner, like three mower lengths, and do a straight line just so you can get it straight, and then just follow that all the way through, and then you'll have straight stripes.
Hey, Tony Kaber wants to know what your secret is to the double stripe look. Any techniques?
Like Like a double or
need to
I'm
know that.
listening.
Well, I guess
Like
you're
double
doing
wides?
something, right?
yeah, I'm not a fan. Okay, I like the look. I love the look of like a single, but I hate mowing it. And even like
Yeah.
even like a double, I like the look of them. I mean, you got to have a big property to do it. See, like that's just a single. But last year at the end of the year, I actually did doubles. And once you get the first one done, it works. But so like here on this picture here, like what I would do is I would go down the one, then turn around. But it takes a while to change your pattern, and I'm not talking like me personally, I mow like 4 different patterns. So I mow north to south, east to west, and then I also mow diagonal. And then sometimes I'll even do, like I said, like a single, or whatever. And I rotate through those, every third mow I'm hitting my pattern. But like, let's just say you hit north, south, the next time north, south, and north, south, and then you want to change to like a double, it's going to take you a month for the grass. It's just like your hair on top of your head. If you part your hair one way and all of a sudden you want to part your hair the other way, it's not just all of a sudden going to lay over. It's going to want to go back to the way it was. So I know personally it takes a while to go from like all singles to like doubles, because where you're light, you're trying to make it dark, and its memory is wanting to go back light. You know what I mean? And so that's my only thing. Like I tend not to change up my patterns like extremely crazy, like every other week or something like that. I generally, like I said, 3 patterns. I'm going to stick with that. But if I'm going to go doubles, then I'm going to kind of have to keep that and do it for a month or even more. I know, like I said, when I did single, singles, Olee, you're doing with your zigzags, it's how many times have you mowed your zigzags now?
I think it's only 2.
So I mean, your first one, you can see them, but they just don't pop. You don't have that.
You gotta get them burnt in.
Yeah.
They got to get burnt in.
Yeah, you got to mow that pattern 3 or 4 times until they really, really pop. And I think that's something people think, oh, I mowed once and I don't have stripes. Well, your grass isn't really, you're going to lay it down. Naturally, it's going to want to stand back up, So until you can kind of train it, get the memory to lean a little bit, it's going to want to do that. So
And is that what you mean?
I got 2
by burn
questions
in?
for you guys that lay heavy stripes. Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
I was just gonna, what do you guys mean by burning in your stripes? What does that mean to you guys?
So for me,
Laying 'em
when
over.
I'm like giving them, like, I'll go over them twice. So I'll do it and then I'll go back over. So I hit them the same direction twice. That way, it really gets that pushes that lean in better. So they pop more. So I've had a lot of people comment, oh, you shouldn't go back over your lines. I'm like, yeah, landscapers do that all the time. That doesn't make sense to me. Especially if you're changing, if you're changing your patterns, if that's what it takes to get the stripes to show up, and that's what you're trying to do. I think it helps. Same thing with having your grass a little bit longer if you're full season, helps it lean over a little better. But yeah, those double wides and the single doubles are tough. I always get confused. Did I go this way the first time or this way? And oh crap, and then I went over this line twice, but I only went over this one once. This one's more pronounced. Anyway, it's tough. I don't have a good answer. Every time I've tried to do it, other than one time, I always mess it up. So I like the laser beams, like Nate was saying earlier. Burn them in, change up your pattern every couple of weeks. But yeah, that's about all I got there.
Okay.
Well, what were you gonna ask, Mark?
Yeah, Mark. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, dude, nothing to apologize. I'm just trying to read through the chat and just kind of like some questions I got, like posting the story this week about stripes. So for those of you guys, particularly with rotary mowers, take like you guys that have like the big riding mowers and stuff, I'm going to kind of exclude that. I'm going to kind of keep this more to like the 22 to 30 inch small guys. Do you guys ever take off, if you guys have the one mower, do you guys ever take off your striping kit? Do you just keep it on all the time and just adjust your height of cut depending on, I know Olee talked about, different times you want to maybe bring down the height of cut for scalping, whatever. I know Nate early in our chat was kind of talking about how he has a quick release on his big league lawnmowers. Like, what do you guys do with that? Is it on all the time? Do you take it off for certain things? What do you do with that?
Yeah, I take mine off every time. Yeah. I'll go around. I'll go around my tree and do some spots that you don't really see without the striper. Kind of hit the edges, the corners, and such, and then I'll put the striper on when I want to lay the stripes on at the end, just to make it look good. That's what I do.
But you have the Toro, the lawn striper,
Yeah,
which is
but
you just hook that on. I mean, it's 1 second to put it on and take it off.
It's awkward to pull it on and take it off, but it's quick. It takes just a couple seconds. You look like an idiot doing it sometimes, but it's quick.
So I'd say that's probably my biggest beef with the Checkmate. And that's what I have. I have the Checkmate on the Time Master, and it's not easy. It's not quick to take on and off. As you guys know that follow me, I have a very steep hill in my backyard that I will not run my striper with. So, at least once a week, I'm taking it off, mowing my hill, and then I'll put it back on and mow like my lower part. But I mean, it's one of those things where if you know the size of the wrench, the Allen wrench you need, I always have those sitting out. So now it takes me, less than a minute to take it on and off. But at the same point, that's still probably my biggest beef on it is there's no like quick connect system. I know Jimmy Lewis made one. But my only beef with those is it extends it out even further. So, the further it sits back, that's where your feet are. And I don't want to be kicking that thing or walking with that thing. So I personally have not tried the Toro version, the lawn striper version. I want to. So that's something I got planned in the future is to try and maybe run that a few times and see how it works for myself. And, like I said, with my hill, do I like it better that I can just take it off and put it back on? Am I going to kick it? And is it going to stay out of the way? When you turn corners, is it going to leave, is it going to cut in the grass or not? So I actually kind of want to run both this year and see which one I like better. But hey, let's talk about the contest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we hit the threshold, 35.
Did we? All right.
I'm 36 now.
So Zach, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a stripe contest. It opens right now and it ends. I don't know. We could do it up to the minute of the show because we're gonna judge the contest entries on the live show, and it's gonna be based on the live chat. So this whole next week, we are going to have a stripe contest. If you have a picture that you want to enter, DM it to Keep Off the Grass Instagram, and we will pull up every entry on the cast next week. We'll talk about it. We'll check it out. And we will all 10 of us cast our individual votes, and then we'll open it up to the live chat, and everybody will cast their vote there. We'll tally them up. Whoever has the most votes wins the contest, and the prize is still kind of a secret, but it's going to be a massive swag pack. I'll leave it at that. It's going to be a massive swag pack.
Yeah. And then also next week, as we're doing this in the chat, we're going to give away a stripe kit. So, thinking about this a little bit, if we do a stripe contest and we have a striper to give away, whoever wins probably already has a striper. So it doesn't make much sense to give them another striper. So what we're going to hopefully do is target someone, and hopefully if you have one and, you can maybe let someone else have one that doesn't, but our goal is to get someone who doesn't have a stripe kit, probably preferably, with a 21, 22 inch mower that doesn't currently have one that would like to, get into striping. Next week in our live chat, if you're online, you're in the live chat, you can do the drawing for the lawn striper. So if you go to Instagram, lawn.striper, STYPER, they have teamed up with us, and we're going to give away a striping kit next week for the live chat. So that's going to be really cool.
We're not entering the contest. We're just a vote. We have the same amount of vote as you guys do. And so, like I said, DM Keep Off the Grass. I'm going to pull up every entry. I don't care if there's 50, we'll get through them. And you, and then at the end of it, I'll post up all the entries and I'll have a number by them. And then everybody can type in the number that they want, that they think they can win or that they want to win. And then, we'll tally it up somehow in some chaotic way and we'll get a winner. So enter the contest. Make sure you tell your buddies to log on and vote for you. We're trying to have a big contest here. So
yeah, I was gonna say, the idea is we're gonna have like a wide array of stuff for this swag bag, right? I mean, everything from like some clothing to probably some grass seed, I would assume, to kind of everything in between. So yeah, definitely want to enter this one.
Yeah, there'll be some nice swag. So, but we're not gonna disclose what it is at this point in time. So we want you guys to take the week, get out there tomorrow or whenever you can and start getting your pattern down. I'll tell you right now, if they ain't straight, if you do any of that wavy crap, you will not get my vote. So I'm just going to throw that out there right now that I will not give you a vote if they ain't straight. So that's
on that topic. That was actually my second question. So
tough crowd
for, for those of us that live on properties that, have uneven grades or, maybe we live on a hill, you talked about your own hill. How do you keep them straight? What's the suggestion? Are there any tips on how to keep your stripes straight when maybe your lawn isn't totally level right now?
Yeah, I know Jason. I think Jason was asking that again. And definitely that's why you want to pick something and look at it. And because even like here, my place might look fairly flat, but there's still some places that change. And if you're not paying attention to what you're looking at, as you go over those places, the mower will move.
Yeah, it'll
deflect mess you up. Bit, so it's pretty crazy. It's like the first Harley I got, the guy told me, said, look where you're going. Don't look at what you don't want to be. And I remember one night I got close to a curb and I kept looking at that curb. I was actually kicking the curb to keep the bike off of it. And finally I just looked away. And, if you look where you want to be, I guess your brain, something will help you. If nothing else, get a couple Coronas that'll help you, man.
Yeah. That's for me personally. Like when I mow north, south, east, west, I don't have an issue with my hill. But when I try and do diagonals, as I'm approaching my hill, I start going up it a little bit. Yeah, my stripes, they'll start veering off to the side. And then when I turn around, I'm like, oh, I got a nice straight line. And all of a sudden it's like a hook, like a J. I get that hook at the end. That's probably the toughest part. And then, like I said, as I'm up on my hill trying to turn around,
that is what she said.
So yeah, I think it's something that everyone deals with. I mow my neighbor's yard, and their lawn goes downhill and twists, and that's tough. It's tough to keep the line straight as I'm going down. The mower wants to go one way, and I'm trying to keep it straight. It's probably it's a challenge. I don't know if I have a solution. But it's not easy.
It's worse with mowers with the hard tires too, not an air-filled tire.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like at the shop. I had that little 30-inch with the hard tires, and there's a little bit of a lean there, and you basically had to catwalk it the whole time to stay straight.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I wanted to go to something with air tires. They just seem to do better.
Yeah. Yeah. My house sits on the top of a hill, and then it slopes down to the street. So I have to, especially when I'm mowing diagonally, I have to, when I go up the hill, I kind of notice I go one way, and then when I go down, I go back the other way. So that's, you sometimes, you just go with it and don't worry about it. You got to make sure you're looking off in the distance. Like Olee said, pick a feature on your neighbor's house across the street and walk straight to it.
In a bikini or something.
Right. Yeah. And if it's thankfully, with a little bit of a bigger mower, you have a little bit of kind of forgiveness where you come back on the next pass and kind of straighten out the other pass that kind of got a little bit wonky. So, you make it work and just do the best you can.
Yeah. To your point, that's exactly it. Like if you go up and then at the end, you're starting to veer off, when you turn around, just cut that stripe, and get yourself back in line, and then come back again, and follow your other one that you just made and follow that one. So
I do that. I do that all the time. That's if I make my first pass is a little crooked, which it normally is. I'll correct it.
And I'll say, like,
practice.
the one thing, like my very, very, very first mow of the year or a new pattern, that's the one where I'm always like, I'm very, very, very focused. I'm like, okay, do your first one and turn around and look. And if it's off, just as Olee said, correct it right then and there. Because once you get that in, like I said, I run 3 patterns, and I run those, generally speaking, I run those 3 patterns all year. So if my first one's straight, my east and west or whatever, I'm going to keep that east and west. I'm going to keep that east and west the whole time. But yeah, I mean,
yeah. And it's harder with the straight stripes too. Like the one side of my property faces the street, and the street kind of has a little bend to it. So I'll actually follow that bend as my line, and then just keep working that bend through the yard. And then I actually come back across the bend the other way and get kind of like curved diamond stripe effect kind of thing going. And, the straight stripes, those like laser straight stripes are great, but, there's lots of other things you can do too. And Nate, you like the straight stripes, but again, it's your yard. If you like, I like the way those curved diamonds kind of look. So, I do that every once in a while, especially if I notice the grass is growing in a way that stripes up pretty good.
Yeah. I like my bullseyes.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I'm not a fan of the curves, but I like the bullseye.
I caught so much shit in the beginning for bullseyes.
Yeah. Well, that's because you were centering them around your tree, right? You had a tree here and like a tree here, and you were doing circles around those trees, and it looked like something that wasn't exactly bullseyes, if you know what I mean.
Well, in the beginning,
I drone out.
Huh?
I was gonna say, you got your drone out and looking at some double D's.
Double D's.
Yeah, real lawn porn, the real version of it.
But
the other thing is patterns. Like if you have a push mower and it's got the hard tires on it, and you run the same pattern over and over, by the end of the year, you're going to kill the turf.
Yes.
Or you're going to make yourself ruts. So
I noticed that with my Time Master. Like, there's areas of my lawn I can't do something different because they're too skinny, like around my fence line. And kind of, when I do the outline of the yard, you always kind of mow it in the same, even if you go a different direction, the tires are still in the same spot. And I definitely noticed the grass gets smashed down and rutted up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's, the one thing I'll hear is like people drive by my house, and when you drive by, you always see the one pattern, and then I've had people say, or make comments, it's like, oh, you should change up your pattern. I do. It's just, you can't see it. Or, maybe I just posted, pictures of the same pattern, but if I look to the other side, my stripes are the other ways too. And that's the thing. I hear that a lot. Oh, you got to change up your pattern. You're going to leave ruts. I do. I literally, I mow like 3 different patterns, once a week, or I double cut, I'll go north, south, east, west every time I mow or something like that. But I don't know if you guys get that a lot from people.
I'm going to tell you, it's pretty cool look is once you run the zigzags and then you come back across it straight, if your zigzags are this way and then you come across it straight, it throws some crazy looking diamonds. I got to get some pictures of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I couldn't imagine, doing zigzags with like a push mower with a big lawn. That'd be a lot of turn. The zero turn, I think you can do it. But how much time does it add? That's the thing. Like, doing a pattern, if it's just, singles back and forth versus, single, double, single. You waste a lot more gas. You waste a lot more time. You're going over that single multiple times. So there's a lot of pros and cons to like different patterns and stuff like that.
I know the first time I ran them zigzags, I was like, man, this is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. I got about halfway into it and I was like, this sucks. This is taking forever. I'm about to give up. And I just stuck with it. And this weekend, I mowed straight and I felt like I was Dale her. Boy, I was boogieing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, Olee. When you do mow just straight, how long does it take you to cut your yard versus like when you do a big pattern? Because that, your yard is such a big scale that time difference will really kind of show up and will be really apparent. So what's the time difference for you?
If I mow just a normal pattern where you're boogieing down, boogieing back, 2 hours. If I mow the circles, the rings, bullseyes, still 2 hours. Because man, when I mow I have the most fun when I'm mowing the bullseyes, the rings, whatever. Because man, I'm just out there digging as hard as that mower would go, and I'm just, I'm thinking about putting somebody in the wall or passing somebody, whatever. I mean, I'm racing myself, and I'm having a hell of a time, grinning, probably screaming. People's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm having a good time. But then when you like the double singles, I run them for a little bit. I like them. They beat the turf up because you're going one play twice to get that double on the way back. And that adds about 45 minutes. But then when I do the zigzags, I need to time it, but I guarantee you it adds an hour. It probably adds an hour. Yeah. And then not to mention, you just sort after a while, you get burnt out because, you're just boom, boom, boom. You never roll with it.
Yeah. Well, that's, let's just say you're, look at a football field, right? If you go, let's just say you go end zone to end zone, you maybe, let's just say you have 20 stripes, right? But if you're going to go back and forth, sideline to sideline, you're turning around twice as much. So you add a lot more time just on your turnarounds. You go shorter distance, turn around, go shorter distance, turn around. So that's one thing I do think about too when I'm mowing. It's like, okay, what's the longest stripe I can make? Because that's going to be the most efficient and the quickest. Like when you do diagonals and you get into that corner and you're just going like 6 feet, turn around, 3 feet, turn around, 2 feet, turn around, 1 foot, turn around. Like and then you get in the corner, you're like, well, now I started in the middle, so now I got to walk all the way back to the middle and then go back there. So I like the way they look and I like all that, but then you start thinking like how time-wise and inefficient it is when you do like diagonals and stuff like that.
Man, I gotta say hey to my buddy Dave where he's looking left out.
I'm over here listening.
What was for lunch today, Dave? What'd you have?
Is Dave here?
Yeah, Dave's here.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Blecky.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Blecky. I had a surprise for him.
I sent him some good stuff today.
Hey, so what about Lawn of the Week? Let's get to Lawn of the Week and drawing. Everybody wants to know who the guest is going to be.
Yeah, next week's guest.
Lawn of the Week.
Well, hey, wait, let's have everyone type in something first. Then we can have people typing while we talk about Lawn of the Week. That way we save some time here so we can wrap it up.
So,
Brian, go ahead.
I think what we're going to do for the guests next week, anybody that wants to join in, I'm trying to find what people are talking about. Let's do type in hashtag full 60.
Full 60.
For those people that want to be a guest on our show next week.
Every inch.
Yeah. All 60
yeah.
inches. So
Ole's got an inch bigger than me. I think he's got a 61.
Hey, have y'all seen that video where the guy says something about, yeah, it's 200, it's 2 inches, but 2 inches is hell at 100 mile an hour.
It's not the size of your deck; it's how you use it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Depends on how much you overhang.
Right.
Wasn't John Deere that came out with like a slogan a couple years back? It's like, it's not how fast you mow, it's how you like mow fast or something. What was that?
Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about. I'd have to look it up.
I can't remember what it was. Something about like, I don't mow fast. Like I fast mow or something like that. I can't remember what the saying was, but someone in the chat.
First or last, Nate?
No, that's Ricky Bobby.
That's Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake, David.
Yeah, they'll shake and bake.
No, I'm sure someone in the chat remembers what it is. But
full
yeah,
60 for a guest next week.
Yeah, got some people popping in already. So popping in that 60 already.
So let's talk about who won the KOTG Lawn of the Week. Where those are going.
Go for it.
Who's going to join the elite club? I heard we got a president of that club, by the way.
Yeah, we do. We do for sure.
Yeah, is he a grasshole?
Yep, Grasshole Drunk Lawn Guy's president of that club, elite club.
It was another close one, right?
Yeah, between him and Post Malone, right?
Yeah. So, so to announce, I guess I'll announce. How's that, guys? Announce the KOTG Lawn of the Week.
Just saw him chat.
just come down to the last wire here. Some awesome submissions. We were almost going to have to put your names in the wheel of names because we all couldn't decide who to pick this week again. So you guys are definitely making it harder on us. We're lucky to have Drunk Lawn Guy on, president of the club, to help us out to keep things rolling. We appreciate all those stories, Drunk Lawn Guy. But Lawn of the Week, KOTG Lawn of the Week goes to Lawn Care Ecos. All the way from Scotland.
Hey,
Man.
our first international winner.
First real Mo winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Look at that. Looks beautiful, dude.
Man.
Do we have any bagpipes?
It does.
Oh,
It really looks different than what I'm used to looking at. Even that it's real.
I'd actually
you
really
know,
like
like
to hear more about like
kind of
not only
turf
the
is it?
equipment he uses, but like what he keeps his height of cut at and stuff.
what type of turf?
Yeah.
well, he's in the chat. It's
Yeah.
4 a.m. there. He's in the chat. 4 a.m. Let's ask him.
Man, he's a trooper. He's definitely a grass hole.
Heck yeah.
I know it looked like through his Instagram he had just done a renovation and stuff on the backyard too, so that's all coming in nice and pretty.
What I think's sweet about that pattern, and I could be wrong, but it looks like he did a double stripe, single, double.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty sweet when people do that. I'd like to try that someday, but it takes a toll on my turf. So,
dude, those are straight stripes, bro.
Hey,
Hashtag
David,
keep them straight.
that's the only way to do it. So
Yeah. I mean, that's the side of the pond that invented real mowing, right? So yeah,
Dude,
that's
sick.
representing good, man.
Hey,
I like
Nate.
the handle he has too. It's clean.
Hey, Nate.
yes, sir.
It's not how fast you mow; it's how well you mow fast.
Yeah, that's I saw that in the chat. So
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's-
Says the height of cut is
that's what it
8
was.
millimeters, and it's 50-50 KBG and PRG. KGB and
Nice.
PRG. Nice.
What's 18 millimeters in American?
It's a wrench. It's just
Right.
down below 3
Yeah, I was
quarters.
gonna say that's in the SAE kit there, right?
Somebody asked Siri what's 18 millimeters.
Hey, can you please convert that to
Just under 3 quarters.
something we understand?
Man,
Us
where's
Americans over here,
Yeah.
we got to be
Well,
different.
Right.
Where's the Lawngenuity?
So inches, it's 0.71 inches.
0.71. Nice. So 3/4 of an inch, right?
So about
Right-
3/4
right there.
of an inch.
Just
Yeah.
under 3/4.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, there's countries that use metric, and then there's countries that put the first man on the moon. So
That's good. That's good.
Oh my god,
So
man, that was a freaking tough one, dude.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
This was probably the toughest.
yeah, that
one.
was heavy. Yeah.
We had past 2 weeks, we had a split. You know, it wasn't like 10-0. It was like
We need some
Yeah,
worm
it was tight. But
worm season, folks.
this week we had 3 and we knew it was out of the 3. And but keep the submissions coming. I mean, there's even someone who was 10th was like badass. So
Right. Right.
yeah,
And warm season friends, you guys are just warming up now. So, you're coming into your prime. So you're on point now to show it up.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
when-
like I said, this
Go
week,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, this week, make sure your guys are laying those stripes and send your best picture to
I want
our Instagram account, and then like I said, next week we'll pull them all up, and we'll figure out who's going to join us on the show next week, and we can talk about those and pick a winner.
And
I
just
want
as
to see him all
reminder-
over the stories as well, man. I want for him to brag about Lawn of the Week.
Who?
The
The winner.
Oh, the winner. Yeah.
Lawn care ethos.
Lawn Care Ecos.
I want to see him all over. I
Yeah,
know
keep those shout outs coming.
previous ones have been doing it.
I think
pretty good
Drunk
job.
Lawn Guy should get a kilt and some bagpipes.
I think it was awesome in a kilt.
His
Yeah.
wife was already mad at him for spending all that money on that
Right.
power rake. You make her mad again on getting annoyed to shit with the bagpipes.
That's fine. He said he blocked her. So
Yeah.
That's
But,
hilarious.
yeah, you have to welcome our newest member to KOTG Lawn of the Week
Yeah.
from overseas. Drunk Lawn Guy is the president. You have a duty to uphold.
Well, speaking of week, who are we going to have on next week with us?
All right. Well, I've got some names, but I just want to do a quick reminder for everybody about our information. So go to our website, kotg.live. We revamped some stuff. We cleaned up some stuff. We added some things. So go there, check it out. All of our live casts are on there. You can watch our old live cast, the new ones that when they come out, we try to get them up by the next day. So visit us, kotg.live. We've got some new merch stuff coming up. So check out that. Click on that merch tab, and it'll take you right to our store. And as everybody's mentioned, DM us those pictures on Instagram, which is keep.off.thegrass or the dog grass. All right. So let me share my screen here. And we will get going.
Olee, make sure you get your music ready. I don't need to sing this time.
Sorry, man.
These nuts.
All right, so here we go. We got our Keep Off the Grass logo.
How many we got here? So I
11.
was gonna say I think it's pretty cool. Like the first time we did this. Hold on, Olee. Hold on. I think the first time we did this, what do we have? 3 or 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it, and obviously we're starting to grow a little bit, but as that's cool to see that more people are wanting to hop on and join us, and we got some new names in there and stuff like that. So that's awesome. We appreciate you guys tuning in each week. We appreciate you guys wanting to join us and be a part of this, and hopefully you like what we're doing and having some fun at it. And if you do like what we're doing, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel and help us out a little bit. So
Yeah, like you said, it's been pretty awesome. We've had 11.
damn it, Olee.
I give up.
Wait till you click that spin button. All right,
These nuts.
so we're on episode 19, so I'm going to shuffle 19 times.
Oh, God.
I'm going to do it twice. All right, so we're going to shuffle once, shuffle twice, full screen. All right, Olee, you ready?
These nuts.
Real good.
Oh,
Hey. Last week's KOTG Lawn of the Week winner, Elevated Lawn.
Nice.
sweet.
So
He just lost his crown for the week, but he is a previous KOTG Lawn of the Week winner.
He has a freaking YouTube channel as well. So
Hey, real quick, if no one knows who Drunk Lawn Guy is, I just gotta show this real quick. This is the president of Keep Off the Grass Lawn of the Week.
I think the one with him spreading the bush
that was good.
is better.
No,
Yeah, his fertilizer spreader full of bush empty cans.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
that was awesome.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you guys post on Instagram because you never know. You just never know when it's gonna pop up on our show.
What
we
Zach's
may
gonna snipe off there?
Yeah. Someone throwing something in their story or throwing something on there, it might just pop up. So be careful. Be careful. We might throw you on our show.
Hey guys, I saw a couple, at least one comment in the chat asking to qualify for the contest. You got to DM the photos to the Keep Off the Grass, or you just got to tag Keep Off the Grass?
Don't tag it, DM it, so I can DM it to Keep Off the Grass, so I can pull up a good quality image, and then you can tag it if you want. But I mean, you can post it. It doesn't matter if you post it or not post it. But if you DM us the picture, that's how you qualify. And DM it, and I'll pull it up on the live stream next week, and we'll look at every entry, and then we will all vote on the show, and we'll vote from the chat, and that's who the winner is.
Are we still doing a lawn of the week for next week too? So those are what you tag, right? With Hashtag KOTG Lawn of the Week.
In my opinion, the winner of the contest is going to be Lawn of the Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stripe winner is it?
That's my opinion.
And so
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cam next week, he'll be on the live chat he'll be on the live cast with us, looking at all these lawns, talking about them, and deciding his vote live. So
Yeah, because he had some nice stripes going in his yard too, so he'll get to chime in.
Yeah, I got I think it's Ambitious Lawn, man. He's asking, man. He's yeah, just so you know, man, you were one of the final 2 or 3 this week, man. Your lawns looks incredible right now. So
yeah, Ambitious, you were close.
Yeah.
I mean,
last week too.
It was 2 millimeters close.
Yeah, Ambitious, you've been in it for a while.
There's a couple people that we are in the voting every single week. So
yeah.
Don't think we're not looking. Don't think.
Yeah, we're looking at every single one, and we wait till the last minute.
I think today it came down to what? I think it was like 3-3-3, and then someone came in with a tiebreaker at the very, very end.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
since we got 10 votes, so. But all right, well we're pushing that time limit, so let's go ahead and wrap it up for the evening.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone jumping on. Obviously there's a lot more to talk about when it comes to stripes, but we're at our time, so we're going to call it, and hopefully jump on next week, join us for the show. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. And in the famous words of Bob Barker, please have your pet spayed or neutered to help control the pet population in your area, and go Hawks.
Be safe, everyone. See you next week.
Yeah, see y'all next week. Big week next week.
Thanks, guys.